Hey, did you hear they're going to implement new water restriction in the city? I thought this was an exaggeration, but apparently not.
Restricted again. No why I not things about is I have no the rip left are low or am I exit.
Sorry to interrupt you, Enrique, but you are not exaggerating. In fact, a report came out saying that domestic consumption has increased significantly. Do you think we should take this more seriously?
Well, honestly, I don't know. Sometimes it feels is overkill. Besides, I conserve water. Why I have to serve restrictions because other not?
Collective problem. And even though, Jesus, let me finish. It's not just about you or me, it is a collective problem. And even though you say you conserve water, have you checked if you have any leaks at home?
No, I don't have any leaks. Well, I don't think so. But does it a single drop really make much of a difference?
Of course, it does. A dripping faucet can waste liters of water every day. Haven't you heard that?
Yes, Jesus. There are even combatants explaining. I think in can't really say much because I left a leaks uniform work for weeks, but I think it now okay.
That's exactly what we should all be doing. For example, I collect the cold water from the shower. I used to think it was ridiculous, but now I even use it for mopping.
Really, I thought collecting water that was pointless. It doesn't seem like much, does it?
No, no, you were wrong. Quite a lot of colleagues, especially when the hot water takes a while to come out. How much do you think we waste without even noticing?
And speaking of waste, have you two about Chang, the array of you vacuums? The rest the flow when you even notice? Or am I the only on who user team?
Oh, actually, no. But I don't think they're that necessary either.
What do you mean? No, yourself say that it bothers you when other waste water. So why refuse to make simple changes?
Well, okay, maybe they are useful. I'm not saying they don't works. It just sometimes I feel like there are only a few of trying to change will others stay the same.
But some has to start right. I we all think other arts don't be those something.
Exactly. Besides, have you noticed how much water what is washing cars? Some people use the hose all the time.
That's why I use a bucket. It takes longer, but I use less. How do you do it, guys?
I will user to use a house. I knows. But now I use a precious water because it useless. Was I it good or not?
Yes, obviously. I useless water, but you could also not wash your car so often. Sorry if so intense, but lot of people wash their cars. Your biscuit they look a trickle tasty.
That's true. But don't you think we should also focus on teaching others? I mean, not just make changes of ourselves.
I wanted to say. What Sorry to interrupt you, Derek. That's exactly what I wanted to say. What would you think about creating a small group at the school or in the neighborhood to talk about this?
Yeah, it's so good, but will people join? I'm not so sure.
As far as I'm concerned, you won't know until you try. Alright, I have my doubts too. What if nobody wants to listen?
We can assume that. Besides, we could make posters with tips, short videos, things that are easy to understand. What do you think?
I love the idea. We can even explain to check for leaks, how to reuse water, and how to identify unnecessary consumptions.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I can edit videos. Or would you prefer to just make posters?
No, no, no. The video is fine. In fact, it definitely reach more people. It just want exactly what we recommend.
Well, the basic. Turn off the timer while brushing your teeth. Use a bucket to wash cars. Check for leaks. Collect water from the shower. Use aerators. Reduce shower times.
Yes, and if this works, we could make more content. What do you say?
Sounds great. It gives in a more direct touch. Semantic question mark people reflect.
Well, okay, you convince me. I help with the video, and I can have some device too. I like checking house and pets in the year. I always see people leaving them connecting all day.
Perfect. So we're all in.
And ask questions to make people think, like, do you really need to let the water run? Or how much water do you think you use without realizing it?
I'm in.
Okay, me too. Even though I might not see to like it, I do want to help it.
Then, this is the audio. Together we can make a difference, even if it's small.